Hello, I'm Bansri Vyas, a master's student from PD Patel Institute of Applied Sciences, Charuset. Today, I'm going to explain you a very simple and interesting experiment, which is what is cloaking. You must have seen in many Hollywood films that an actor gets invisible, but have you ever wondered whether it is possible in real or not? The answer is yes, it is possible, and in fact it is possible just by using easily available optics. But before going into any details, I would like to explain what is cloaking. Cloaking makes things appear to be invisible. Therefore, before understanding the concept of invisibility, let me explain you what it takes to see an object. As we all already know that we are able to see an object when the light hits it and it undergoes reflection, refraction, transmission and absorption. So, therefore, in order to achieve invisibility, an object must transmit all the light through it and without reflecting off of it, and all the light must get bent around the object. This definition of cloaking takes us to mention two very important conditions of a perfect or an ideal cloak. First, a perfect cloak must have non-zero volume to hide an object, and second, it must act as the same way as if it is not there. Cloaking has always intrigued scientists, due to which various types of cloaks are available, such as electromagnetic cloak, 2D microwave cloak, carpet cloaks and many more. But these cloaks require metamaterials, due to which their experimental realization is difficult. Therefore, scientists turn towards ray optics to cloak centimeter to meter sized objects with commonly available optics. Now, in order to develop a formalism using geometric optics, we need to quantify this definition in para-axial approximation. Para-axial approximation is also known as small angle approximation because it makes small angle with the optical axis. Also, this regime is called as Gaussian optics, in which the propagation of light rays can be described using ABCD matrices. For detailed information on this topic, you can check this book. This experiment is the recreation of theoretical and experimental findings made by Joseph et al. Of Rochester University and Revilla et al. From University of the Philippines. Using para-axial optics, M. Revilla and team developed a general formalism to calculate the separation distances between lenses for n number of lenses. But in order to attain cloaking, we need at least 4 lenses. Therefore, here we have calculated separation distance for 4 number of lenses, and we have used biconvex lenses. The separation distance for those 4 number of lenses can be denoted by equations 1, 2 and 3, where f1, f2, f3 and f4 are the focal length of the biconvex lenses, and alpha is denoted by equation number 4. Now, if we impose some limiting conditions like f1 tends to f4 and f2 tends to f3, then we get equation number 5, 6 and 7, which are simplified versions of equation 1, 2 and 3. These equations are consistent with the earlier findings which were made by Joseph et al. From Rochester University, and therefore we have denoted these separation distances with a R, where R stands for Rochester light cloak. Also, the total length of the system can be denoted by D total, and the total length of both of the systems can be calculated by adding all the separation distances. Our objectives are to build a cloak using lenses of different focal length and to build a Rochester-like cloak. A 4F cloaking system has been set here using 4 biconvex lenses. The focal length of the first lens is 25 cm, the focal length of second and third lens is 8 cm, and the focal length of the last lens is 10 cm. The separation distances between these lenses can be calculated by the equations that I mentioned before. If we keep the values of focal lengths in those equations, then the separation distance between the lenses first and second is 30.2 centimeter. The separation distance between second and third lens is 50.5 centimeter, and the separation distance between third and fourth lens is 19.1 centimeter. Theoretically, cloaking is obtained between all the four lenses. I have simulated the system with the exact focal length, and it can be seen in that. I have done the simulation using the freely available software, optical ray tracer software. But experimentally, the cloaking region is obtained only between first and second lens. Here, I have selected a 30 cm steel scale as my object and my university's logo as the background. Note that the object should be kept either above or below the center, and it should not obstruct the center. Now, if we observe through the fourth lens, currently the object is visible, but as I move it gradually towards the second lens, it starts getting invisible. This region is our cloaking region. Therefore, the effective cloaking region of our system is 4 cm. Next is the Rochester-like cloak. For this cloak, I have kept the focal length of first and last lens equal, that is 10 cm, and the focal length of second and third lens equal, that is 8 cm. The separation distances for this cloak are calculated according to equations 5, 6 and 7. The separation distance between first and second lens D1R is 18 cm. The separation distance of second and third lens D2R is 144 cm, and the separation distance of third and fourth lens D3R is 18 cm. This is a symmetric system. I have simulated the exact system using optical ray tracer software. As you can see that the cloaking region is visible between all the four lenses, but experimentally the cloaking region can only be obtained between second and third lens. That's why I have kept our object, which is a 30 cm steel scale, between second and third lens, and I have kept it as it should not obstruct the center of the system. The background image is Charosset University's logo. Now, as I move my object gradually from the second lens towards third lens, the object will start disappearing. This is the effective cloaking region, which is 9 cm in this case. To conclude, we saw that optical cloaking can be done by two different methods. First is by using four lenses of different focal lengths, and second by Rochester-like cloak. The potential applications of optical cloaking can be found in fields such as communication, transportation, military, medical, and to hide a satellite. Thank you so much.